Hello, everyone. Let's talk about thinking. Let's talk about how much thinking is necessary, how much planning is necessary. This came up for me the other day in a seminar I was doing. And I was introduced saying it's one of our level 2 seminars, which we call Projects and Priorities. And one of the things we talk about in that seminar is a model that we call the natural planning model. I've talked about it a bit in my previous video blogs, and Robert Peake and I have talked about it in our podcasts from time to time. And it's basically a model which gives you the opportunity, if you're interested in making sure that you're planning something thoroughly, the model gives you some guidance that helps you to make sure you've looked at whatever it is you're planning from all of the helpful angles. And, in this seminar that I was doing, I introduced the model. We did some exercises. People had a chance to sort of try it out for themselves. And then one of the folks in the seminar said, do I need to use this model on everything? And I could sort of see in his eyes, he was a bit skeptical, right? He was thinking to himself, hey, if I have to run every project I've got, right? Get a new mobile phone, replace, deal with the dripping faucet in the toilet. If I had to run all of the projects that I had through the natural planning model, that might be overkill from a thinking perspective. And so that got me thinking about the question, how much thinking is necessary? How much planning is necessary? And here's my guidance. The amount of thinking or planning that is necessary is the amount of thinking or planning that it takes to clear your head, right? So if you're thinking about getting a new mobile phone and you identify a next action, right? Call your friend who just bought a new mobile phone because they might have some good advice, let's say. And you've identified an outcome. Hey, I've got that shiny new mobile phone and I'm very happy with it, right? If you've identified the next action and the outcome, and you've got those reminders in your system, it might very well be that that's all the thinking you need to do. That's all the planning that's required. And in my experience, when you go through this process of what we call clarifying, you can sort of feel your brain relax after going through that thinking. So for many things, very likely for most things in your life, that's all the planning or thinking that's required. For things that require action from you, let's identify the next action, let's identify the outcome of the project, and then let's make sure that the reminders about those things are in my system. However, if you got bigger projects, right? We're going to buy a new house. We're going to acquire a company. We're going to build a building, right? In those cases, I'm not saying identifying the next action and the outcome wouldn't be helpful. Sure, right? Next action for building a house, maybe that's a quick Google search on architects in your area, right? That, could be a next action. That said, just identifying the action and just identifying the outcome is probably not going to get that project off of your mind. So it's in those situations where you've got bigger outcomes, more moving parts, maybe greater risk involved, right? In those cases, probably more thinking is required beyond just identify the next action and the outcome. And again, it's in those situations that the natural planning model sort of comes into its own. So in your own, productivity practice, I'd encourage you to ask yourself that question. What's it going to take to get this thing, whether it's an email, whether it's a post in your internal social media, whether it's a piece of postal mail, maybe it's something that got said at a meeting this morning. What's it going to take to get this off my mind? And once you get it off your mind, you're done. No more thinking, no more planning required. I hope that was helpful. As always, if you have anything that you'd like to hear us talk about in our series here of podcasts and blogs and all of the things that we do, please do let us know. Please also like and subscribe so you'll hear about our content when it comes out. And as always, if there's anything else we can do to support you in your journey to stress-free productivity, please do let us know. Bye for now.